Hey guys, it's me, Moon Pies. Tube Tuesday, happy Tube Tuesday, brought to you by netstories.com every week, every Tuesday. This week I want to say that YouTube has done something really cool. And if you don't have time for this right now, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes or an hour, just save a spot and make sure you check this out. They put out what they're calling, they have a creator's playbook, which is something that they rolled out like 2 years ago with like tips and everything to get people up to speed. But they actually went last week and they published, on Thursday, they published 5, what they're calling creator playbook guides. Now these creator playbook guides, they've picked 5 specific types of videos. And each one is an amazing read, even if you have nothing to do with these categories. And what I'm basically saying is that they put out these guides that they're about 30 pages, a PDF file, so you can download it and either read it online or download it and take it with you. That have tips and how to promote videos in these specific genres. And the genres are, let me get them down. It's music, sports, education, media, and nonprofits. And even though you're thinking, well, gee, my video doesn't fit any of these categories, do check them out. Check out the category that's closest to what you're doing. But I think there's some amazing tips within all, it's like 150 pages. Even though a lot of the stuff is repeated, there's some unique stuff. For instance, in the media section for media companies, there's page 10. It's basically, it's an optimization priority list, which I wish it would have been in all the other 4 lists, but it basically has like a guide. It's made for people if you're running a media company, but forget media company. If you have a lot of videos on YouTube, that optimization media priority list that's on page 10 of the media guide, and if I didn't say this, it's all free, right? You know that. These guides are completely free. You just click on them, you can read them. YouTube wants you to make better videos. They want you to get more noticed. They want you to get better with your grammar and your English. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is what's cool about it. It actually gives you a list in the media one, and none of them have them, but it applies to I think anybody that has a lot of videos on YouTube, or at least more than like a dozen videos on YouTube, on what to do if you have like an hour a month, an hour a week, or an hour a day, depending on how intense time you have. They have a step-by-step thing on everything you can do to update your tags, to research, to knowledge, everything. They have like 5 different categories of each stuff that you can do. If that's all the time you have, if you just have like an hour a month or an hour a week to optimize your YouTube presence, that has it's a how-to guide. It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. Twilight Zone reference for older people out there, I guess. But yeah, it's all really cool. And I mean, I can give you little tips of stuff that a lot of stuff I've said before over in the music section and the sports section. They made it a point to say, have like the artist or song title or the teams playing first and then the branding later. Like with the Tube Tuesday series, you never want to start these videos Tube Tuesday dash whatever the content is about. No, you want the stuff fresh. First of all, that's how Google looks at it first when they're actually searching things, and also that's what you want to put in, because that's what people are going to read. If they have a specific subject that they're looking for, they don't want the brand of your show or your vlog series or whatever it is that you're doing. They want to know what it's about. So if you're like any kind of tutorial or any kind of series that's a series of stuff that you're addressing different topics, don't put the name, don't worry about your brand. The brand comes after the title, at the end of the title. This is only in the title of your video. Do it that way. And another interesting point that basically was brought up in the sports and education brought that up, these 2 guides, tentpole programming. Now, tentpole is a word that I don't even know if any of the guys actually explain what tentpole is. I know it because it's a media term done. Like if you have like a tent, there's like a tentpole. Like at a carnival, there's like the peak at the tent. Sometimes they have like the big top. They have like 3 different poles, tent poles holding up the poles. If you're camping, you have a tent pole, which is basically kind of like the apex of something. And just like a movie, like a tentpole release is basically like when a Marvel Comics movie comes out, or the next Spider-Man, or the next Star Trek, like these tentpole movies, like these big prolific things. And the tip there is in sports and in education, to guide your channel around these tentpole events. Like if you're basically making videos about a certain sport, if there's a championship or a player got hurt or any kind of prolific news, build your content around that, even if it doesn't relate specifically to what you're doing with your own content. Same thing with education. If you're basically a history teacher, hey, Martin Luther King is coming up. Well, that was back in January. But, work around birthdays, important milestones, where people are going to be actually interested in stuff like that. And all these things are stuff that I've been trying to hammer home over the years. But YouTube has done it, and for free. Because that's important, because I was actually thinking of putting out like a Kindle book at some point, later this year, basically like a Moon Pies Tube Tuesday thing where I can actually condense all these things into like, an ebook, either given away or practically dirt cheap through Kindle. I may do that yet, but a lot of the stuff that you're gonna want is for free right now through this YouTube, creator playbook guide. So, and it's on YouTube itself. Check the link in the description below in case if they don't let me annotate it, because it's not an actual video, but it is on YouTube itself, so maybe they will let me go there. Whatever the case may be, follow the link. Check it out when you have the time. And read the one that's most applies to you. Again, it's music, sports, education, media, and nonprofits. And then when you have time, read the other 4. I guarantee you there's going to be a few nuggets there. You're going to think, aha, I could do that with a tag. Or, hey, I could do this with my programming. I mean, even the nonprofits, they're emphasizing stuff like storytelling and making serials. And not cereal like as in bowl of cereal. Cereal as in a series of things that will get people engaged in the nonprofit. And even if you're not running a nonprofit, hey, that'll work for you, whatever you want to do on YouTube. So, check them all out. It's great, and I think I spent way too long on this. I probably could have saved you like bunch of, I don't know how long this video is, but I could have saved you a long time by just saying, don't even listen to me, just follow the link, go to these new creator guides. Great job, YouTube, and great job, you guys, for making it through this video to the very end. But definitely, forget about me this week. Check out those guides. They're awesome. They're going to help you, and see you next week.